Hi there, beautiful friends. It's me, Sanita. Welcome to Sanita Makes Crochet and today I'm going to attempt to record my tutorial with this neck thingy that I got way back when. I forgot I had it. But I had started off alive making this hat, which is the Sanitafied Burst of Kindness Landslide. And I ended up just finishing it outside yesterday. But I never got back to you guys on how to record the bottom half and the brim. So I did notice there's a little peak here. So I'm like, let me fix that and change the number count from 6 to 8, which is what I did. And so I followed all the steps for the burst of kindness. Instead of starting with 6 half double crochets, I did 8. That's the only difference. So you do everything the same, half double front post all the way around, and then do multiples of 8 instead of 6. So instead of 6 little pieces of pie, you get 8. Same difference. But what I'm going to do now is basically work up the body of the hat with the Landslide stitch, which is just a half double for the first round, and then the Landslide stitch, which I'll have to show you. Otherwise, go over to Spring's video and check it out. I'll leave it linked in the bottom. But you can just watch the first few rows. I'll show you how to do it on this little thing, and hopefully I can get the video for how to do the brim. It's super simple. As long as you end with the half double row, you're good to go. Look at me rhyming. Okay, enough of that. I'm gonna go ahead and get started here, and hopefully this is not too wiggly. I'll piece it together with this video so you can see it all. It's a horrible mess, but it's a long time coming. I started with 8 double crochets and then went up for 7 rows. So 8 times 7, 56. And I did my hand method, and it measures my hand, so I'm gonna stop here. But you keep going as long as you need to until you get the circumference of the top of your head to your size. Okay, so for the main part of the body, you're just going to half double crochet in each stitch. Since I ended with 56, I should have 56 half double crochets. And half double is just a yarn over, go in the loop, and it's hard to see how the stitches. I have to look through the lens of the camera. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Oh, maybe I did fit 36 because I should have 7, but I have 8. So 8 times 8 is 64. My bad. So I'm at 64 stitches. But I'm just half double crocheting in the round for the first row of the body. Around till you get to here. Whatever you end with on the base of the crown is where you should end with of half double crochets. So since I have 8 in each section, that means I did 8 rows of the crown, and I'll have 64 half double crochets when I get back to the stitch marker. Okay, so I couldn't continue with this thing because it was too much of a headache. So I got all the way around with half double crochets all the way around, and I double checked the count. It was 64. So 64 half double crochet for this particular hat. We're going to go ahead and move up the stitch. We're going to do a half double crochet. I'm sorry, a double crochet into the first stitch. That was the mock double. We're going to yarn over, go in the same stitch, yarn over, go through the first 2. We're going to skip the next stitch and then do the same thing. Yarn over, go in, pull up a loop. You have 4 on your hook. Go through all 4 and chain 1. Now you're going to yarn over, go in the same stitch you just came out of. Go through 2, skip the next one, go into the next, yarn over, go through all 4 and chain 1. And just do that all the way around until you get back to this stitch. Okay, so we're almost finishing up the last of the landslide stitch. I'm just going to show you again. So you're going to go in, yarn over, pull up through 2, yarn over, skip 1, go in the next, pull up a loop and go through all 4, chain 1. And just basically just do that all the way around. Skip 1. Okay. Skip 1. Okay, so then we're right at the last stitch here. So this is the last stitch, so we're going to go ahead and yarn over, skip this one, and go into the one that we originally came into. Chain 1, and then we're going to slip stitch to this one. So it kind of overlaps, but that's okay. So that is row 2 of the body with the landslide stitch, and basically you just continue here. Now you're going to go back to doing the half double crochets, and like I said, just go in each stitch. You should still have 64. So we're going to yarn over, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I'm just going to keep going in each stitch. I'm going to keep going until I get back to here. I'll see you guys in a bit. Okay, so it's I had to stop and count as I went. I am at 64. I'm going to go ahead and slip stitch here, and then add the stitch marker over here, and we're just going to restart. So I did the half double crochet. Now we're going to do the we're going to do the landslide stitch. Remember, the landslide is just a double crochet in the first stitch that you just slip stitch in. 1 double crochet, yarn over, go into the same stitch, pull up a loop and go through 2, skip 1, yarn over and go through all 4, chain 1, and just repeat that all the way around until you get to the stitch marker here. Okay, so I'm just gonna go ahead and finish this stitch, which is the landslide stitch, with you until I get to the stitch marker. But then I'm going to turn the camera off and just work on that same 2 rows. So the half double, the landslide, half double, landslide, ending with a half double. To recap, the landslide after you do the chain 1 is yarn over, go in the same stitch, yarn over, pull up a loop, go through 2, yarn over, skip 1, go in the next, yarn over and pull through all 4 and chain 1, and just repeat that until you get to the stitch marker. So remember, when you get to the stitch marker part, you're gonna go into the same stitch that you started your double crochet, and that's okay. So go in the stitch, yarn over, go twice, skip this one and go back into this stitch here that you started with, and go through all 4, chain 1, and then slip stitch to the top of the mock double. Okay, and then you just start over. I move my stitch marker and I do the half doubles, and I just, when I get to the half double row, I just make sure that I get 64 half double crochet. That's only because that's what I started with, and you always start with 2, so that's 1, 2, and then you're going to go in this stitch here, 1, and then go on top of that stitch, 2, and repeat that. And that's how I count: 1, 2, and then chain 1 on top, okay, so just keep doing that, the half double crochet and the landslide, half double crochet, landslide, until you get to the size that you need. Most likely it's probably going to be, let me count how many is on this one. 1, 2, 3, 4. Probably about 8 rows, or 8 repeat rows. So 8 times 2 is 16 rows. But just go by measurement. Try it on. You know, do what you gotta do. And I'll see you back after the hat is as long as you need it to be. So I'm halfway there. Okay, so I tried it on, and I can do one more row of the landslide and then another row of the half double. So I just finished the half double row here. I'm still at 64 stitches, and so we're going to go ahead and do the landslide. I slip stitched, and remember the landslide again is just a double crochet in that stitch that you just slip stitched in. Okay, and then we're going to yarn over, go in that same stitch, pull up a loop and go through 2, yarn over, skip 1, go into the next stitch, yarn over and go through all 4, then chain 1, and then go and do that again. Okay, we made it to the stitch marker. With a slip stitch, move this up. I'm going to do my final row of the half double crochets. And this is the last row of the body that I'm going to work on. So then I just want to make sure I have 64 stitches. Just going to count. 63 and 64. Yay. All right, so we've made it to the 64th stitch. I'm gonna slip stitch to the top of this. Now we're gonna go ahead and work on the brim. So this is folded in half, and this could technically be done, but you know, I'm sanitafying it, so I have to add my little burst of kindness brim on it. So since this was just a half double crochet row that you did, what you're going to do now is just single crochet, or actually extended single crochet in the third loop of that half double. So this loop right here, we're just going to single crochet, extended single crochet. So you should still have 64 stitches. Go ahead and start you off here. Now this first stitch, because you slip stitch on top, it's going to be kind of hard to see, but the third loop is right there. So once you slip stitch, you're going to go into the stitch, pull up a loop, chain one, and go yarn over and go through those 2 stitches. So go into the next stitch, pull up a loop, chain one, yarn over, and go through 2. So it makes like this stitch. You'll do that all the way around until you get to the top of this stitch, well, to this stitch here. And just keep going. You should still have 64 at the end of the stitch, or end of this, can't talk, at the end of this row. So this is an extended single in the third loop of the half double crochet row of previous. So an extended single, just to recap, is to go in the loop of the third loop of the half double crochet, pull up a loop, yarn over, chain one, and yarn over and go through 2. So at the end of this initial setup row, you should have 64 extended single crochets. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and move my stitch marker here and count to make sure I have 64. So now 64, what we can do, depending on how you're feeling, you can do whatever you want. For this particular one, I did a 2 front post half double crochet and then a regular extended single. But I think for this hat, we're gonna change it up. We're gonna do it a 2x2. So I always start with a front post extended single, only because this little strap here is kind of like ugly and in the way. So what you do is basically go into the first stitch, just the leg of it, not this stitch. and do one extended single, go into the next stitch and do an extended single, front post. So now that's 2 stitches, and then the next 2 stitches you're going to do an extended single, but instead of going on top of the stitch, you're going to go into the actual stitch. So go in between those 2 legs, pull up a loop, yarn over, and go through 2. So you're basically doing an extended in the extended. Same thing, in between those 2 V's there, stick your hook inside that hole, pull up a loop, chain 1, yarn over, and go through 2. So that's 2. So 1, 2, 3, 4, and then we just repeat that all the way around, and you should end with 2 extended in the extended. So we did 1 extended in the extended. The next one is also extended in the extended. So that's 2. And then front post extended. 1, 2. Extended in the extended. 1 and 2. Front post, front post, extended, extended. Okay, and then you're just repeating front post, front post, extended, extended. Just make sure you get into the legs. There you go. I'll leave you to it to work all the way till you get back to the stitch marker. So we made it to the last 2 stitches, and like I said, you should end with 2 extended singles in the extended singles. So let's go ahead and do that. Extended in the extended. All right, we're going to go ahead and do the same thing all the way around for 2 rows. So you're going to do a front post extended single. So you just go through those 2 loops. It should be easier to see. So 2 front post extended singles, and then 2 extended singles in the extended singles. So do that all the way around for 2 rows. And I'll meet you back when you get back or complete your 2 rows of front post extended singles 2 times and extended singles in extended singles 2 times, because we're doing a 2 by 2 row. You can kind of see it now. Just keep doing this for 2 more rows. Okay, I'm coming to the end of the second row of this brim, and we're just doing 2 extended in the extended, 2 front post extended, 2 front post extended, and you just follow what is in the row below. Almost there. last group. All right, last 2 stitches. Okay, so you've done basically just an extended single row, and then when you get to row 2 of the brim, you're going to do a front post extended, and then you're going to do extended in the extended all the way around, and do that for 2 more rows. Now we're going to finish it off. I'm going to move my stitch marker, and basically you're going to do the same thing, but instead of doing extended single, you're just going to do a single crochet. So you can do a front post single crochet, another front post another front post single crochet, and then you're just going to do next single crochet inside the single, and repeat that all the way around. That just cleans up the edge a little bit. I'll just go through the motions and do this all the way around, and basically you should still have 64 stitches. So just single in each of the extended single and front post single in each of the front post extended singles. So single, just do single crochets, but follow the pattern as you go. And then I will see you back around to finish it off. Alright, coming up to the last stitches of the single crochet row, and basically single crochet in the extended single and single front post single in the front post. Alright, and then since you're at the last stitch, we're going to go ahead and slip stitch, but you're going to slip stitch however you want, but I like to do it this way to kind of hide the stitch. Cut off the yarn. I like to just do just a tiny bit longer stitch, and basically what I'm going to do is kind of stitch this little hole together, but you don't have to. Take your needle as you front post through the back loop, or slip stitch through the back loop. We'll feed this through, and then basically just go back into this stitch here, just to close it up. And I like to go into the front post stitch and go back up and over, and take this loop and go back down this stitch. To kind of like clean that up a little bit. And then I take this and see where there's this big hole here. We just stitch it, trying to clean it up. But again, if you don't mind the gap, you can leave it, but I like to clean it up just a little bit to remove any gaps. I mean, if you like holes, it's gonna be in the back. Nobody can really see it. Alright, just take it back down one of the front post stitches. And then cut your tail. And there you have it, friends. The Sanitafied Landslide. Oh. Super cute. And I love this stitch. It's not as textured, but it's very compact and very nice. I like it a lot. Tell me what you think. Thank you, Spring, for showing me the landslide stitch and letting me put my own spin into. So there you have it, guys. Put everything back. Okay, so we have one with a little shorter brim. This is the 6 count one. This is the 8 count one. I mean, they're pretty similar, but like I said, I like the way this curves better than this side. So there you have it, friends. You guys enjoy the rest of your day. This is a 2x2 and this is a 2x1. Have a great day. Thank you for watching. As always, love yourself so you can love everyone else. Take care. Bye.